Hello, my name is Chelsea Likely, and this is my signature project Stage 2, The Effects of Sunday System on Student Academic Growth and Reading. So what's the data? The data used for this research was derived from the STAR screening report from the first testing window in September 2019. All of the STAR data mirrored RCH elementary school students in grades K through 3 as needing urgent intervention in reading. The results of the STAR screening data show which students scored above benchmark, are at benchmark, are on watch, need intervention, and those that need urgent intervention in reading. When analyzing the data of Figure 1, it shows 46 kindergarten students tested. Of those 46 students, 34.8% showed needing urgent intervention in reading. The kindergarten STAR data showed the least number of students needing urgent intervention among the other grades. When focusing on the data of Figure 2, 61 first grade students were tested and 43% showed needing urgent intervention. According to the second grade data in Figure 3, second grade showed the greatest number of students needing urgent intervention compared to the other kindergarten, first, and third graders. Of the 44 students tested in second grade, 55% of those students showed needing urgent intervention. Lastly, the third grade data of Figure 4 showed 49% of the 49 students tested needed urgent intervention. The representation of all four figures confirm there is indeed a problem or weakness that needs to be addressed. So, what's the problem? Educators are not effectively taking the appropriate time to address the needs of each child, whether that child has a learning disability, misunderstanding of a topic, or simply lacking basic foundational skills. This signature project will present information about the Sunday system and how it uses multi-sensory reading instruction to increase student academics and reading. This signature project will entail the action plan for using the Sunday system and how it shows an academic increase in both STAR progress monitoring data and the number of students needing urgent intervention. Sunday System is a comprehensive line of materials designed to help educators provide multi-sensory reading instruction to students from pre-K through 8th grade reading levels. So, what is the background? RCH Elementary School is a Title I school in the heart of a poverty-stricken neighborhood. The current demographics are 95% African American and 5% Hispanic. The participants chosen for this research range within the ages of 5 to 8. Of the 34 students chosen, 15 are African American females, 18 are African American males, and the other one is a Hispanic male participant. So, what is the action plan? The propulsive sampling technique was used in this research because all participants of the study were selected because they fit the specific profile of needing urgent intervention based on STAR assessment data. The propulsive sampling method demands to have prior knowledge about the participants so the researcher can properly choose all appropriate participants correctly. All participants were chosen based off the STAR assessment data that placed the participants in the needing urgent intervention category. The validity and reliability of instruments that were used during this research. The STAR progress monitoring data, which measured student STAR test scores and gave valid, reliable data. Also, the Sunday System kit was used. The Sunday System kit was used to set clear guidelines on students' levels and considered each student's cognitive development. Collaborative effects. The reading interventionists played a huge role in this research study. The reading interventionists used multi-sensory resources to teach and observe the students needing urgent intervention. The student assessment forms found in the Sunday System student notebook were used as a recording resource. This resource allowed the reading interventionist to observe and take notes on each participant. Throughout the research study, the reading interventionist sequenced a few procedures to ensure that all participants were educated and observed efficiently. A multisensory instructional plan was implemented 5 days a week for 30 minutes with 6 groups in grades K through 3rd grade. The plan of action was incorporated for 9 weeks. At the beginning of each lesson, the reading interventionist used an auto flash drive to go over the alphabet using songs. She also used sound cards to review single sounds and blends, and she used letter tactile cards to review the correct print of letters. Next, the reading interventionist introduced new material of the week, created and blended sounds to make words, read words, and participants took a test to track and check their mastery for the week. The reading interventionist observed and took daily notes on each participant. At the end of the study, participants were to be administered the STAR reading test again to see if any academic growth had been reached. Ethical consideration. No harm came to the participants, and the participants' confidentiality and data was protected. All STAR data was held confidential because the names of each participant were not disclosed. Numbers rather than names were used to identify and keep track of each participant. A consent form was issued to parents informing them of the research their child was asked to be a part of. And parents were informed with the right to no longer have their child be a part of the study at any time. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, students were not in school to be assessed on their last STAR reading test. I was unable to connect my data and action plan outcome to see if indeed any student's achievement was present after my research. But if the action plan had been implemented, I would have hoped to see 1, an academic increase in STAR reading test scores for each grade level K through 3rd. 2, at least a 50% increase of students moving from needing urgent intervention to intervention. And lastly, an increase in student cognitive development skills. The only change I would make to my original plan included more time to perform the Sunday System intervention effectively. I, the reading interventionist, followed a tight 30-minute block schedule for each intervention group. If at any time I fell behind schedule, each urgent intervention group was stripped from a full 30-minute block. If I could have had an extra 20 minutes with each group, I believe I could have made up for the time lost. Once I was into the 4th 9 week of this research, I realized other factors were to be taken into consideration. I noticed many students were missing excessive days from school. Students were missing out on valuable instruction. I should have devoted more time into doing research about what could be some outside interferences that hinder student academic growth. Some include students having outside interferences, poor test-taking skills, test inconsistency, and students being stressed before testing.